The Golden Prize, Jason's Impossible Quest. Young Jason arrived in Iolcos, a prince raised in secret far from his stolen throne. One sandal lost in a river crossing marked him instantly, fulfilling a chilling prophecy King Pelias feared. The usurper king, sweating upon his stolen throne, saw Jason's clear eyes and knew his reign was threatened. Pelias feigned welcome, then slyly offered a deal. Prove your worth by retrieving the legendary Golden Fleece from distant savage Colchis, and the crown is yours. Jason, burning with youthful courage and the dream of justice, accepted instantly. The fleece shimmered in tails like captured sunrise, hung in a sacred grove guarded by a dragon that never slept. A relic of a flying ram that saved a prince long ago. Pelias smiled, cold as stone. He knew the journey alone was deadly, skirting monstrous coasts and uncharted seas. And Colchis' king, Aeetes, was a sorcerer who cherished the fleece like his own heart. He sent Jason to almost certain doom, believing the prophecy drowned with the young hero. But Jason was not alone. Across Greece, heroes stirred at the call. Wise Chiron, Jason's centaur mentor, whispered names upon the wind. The mighty Hercules, whose strength could shatter mountains. Swift Atalanta, whose arrows never missed. The divine twins Castor and Pollux. The melodious Orpheus, whose lyre could charm stone. And Argus, the master shipwright, guided by Athena herself. Together they built the Argo, the greatest ship ever seen, its prow carved from sacred Dodonian oak that whispered prophecies. As 50 heroes, known as the Argonauts, boarded, the timbers hummed with destiny. They pushed off from Iolcos, sails snapping, oars churning the wine-dark sea. Their journey became a tapestry of peril, battling the clawed, winged harpies tormenting the blind seer Phineus, navigating the terrifying Symplegades, the clashing rocks that crushed ships like eggshells, released only when a dove flew through first, resisting the haunting songs of the sirens, drowned out by Orpheus's sweeter music. Each challenge forged them tighter, a band of brothers and sisters bound by shared grit. Finally, after moons of hardship, the rugged, mist-shrouded coast of Colchis rose before them. Towering cliffs guarded a kingdom steeped in ancient magic. King Aeetes, eyes like chips of obsidian, received them in a hall glittering with cold gold. He listened with disdain as Jason, standing tall before the imposing throne, declared his quest. Aeetes' laughter was harsh, echoing off the stone walls. You seek the fleece, boy, the heart of my power. Only one deemed worthy by impossible trials may even glimpse it. His challenge was monstrous. Yoke the king's fire-breathing bronze bulls, plough a vast field with them, and sow the dragon's teeth slumbering in a leather pouch. From those teeth, an army of bloodthirsty Spartoi warriors would spring, turning the earth itself against the plower. Jason's heart sank. Even Hercules could not tame volcanic breath or fight earthborn soldiers. The fleece seemed further away than ever, glimmering like a cruel mirage. Despair threatened to drown him. Yet, unseen forces were at work. High above, the goddess Hera, Jason's protector, stirred the heart of Aeetes' youngest daughter, Medea. A priestess of Hecate, mistress of magic, Medea possessed power that rivaled her father's. She saw in Jason not just a handsome stranger, but destiny embodied, and her own escape from her father's cold control. Guided by Hera's subtle influence, Medea slipped through gardens lit by moonlight to Jason's camp. Her eyes, dark and intelligent, held ancient knowledge. Jason, son of Aeson, she whispered, her voice like silk over stone. Your strength is great, but it will not prevail against my father's sorcery. Alone, You will burn, then be torn apart. But accept my help, and the fleece can be yours." She offered a small shimmering vial, an ointment blessed by night itself. "This will make you invulnerable to fire and blade for one day, and when the Spartoi rise..." She revealed a simple, brutal strategy. Jason, seeing no other path, swore solemn oaths to cherish and protect her, binding their fates together. Dawn painted the field in bloody hues as Jason faced the bulls. Monstrous constructs of clanging bronze, they snorted gouts of searing flame that scorched the earth. The Argonauts held their breath. Medea's magic proved true. Smearing the cool silvery ointment over his skin and shield, Jason strode forward. The flames licked harmlessly around him like harmless waves. With astonishing strength and courage born of desperation, he wrestled the terrifying beasts, forcing the heavy yoke upon their necks. Straining against their immense power, he drove them across the rocky field, the ploughshare tearing deep furrows. Sweat mingled with soot on his brow, but he persevered. Then came the dragon teeth, rattling like dry bones as he sowed them. The earth heaved. Not plants, but fully armed snarling warriors erupted from the soil, swords gleaming, eyes burning with blind fury. They turned as one towards Jason, the lone figure in the field. Remembering Medea's counsel, Jason did not draw his sword. Instead, with lightning speed, he hurled a heavy stone into their midst. Confused, the Spartoi turned on each other, believing a brother had struck first. In a frenzy of self-destruction, the Earthborn army slaughtered itself until the last warrior fell, crumbling back to dust. The field lay silent, scarred and smoking. Aeetes, face purple with rage and disbelief, was forced to concede. Yet his eyes promised treachery. That night, guided by Medea's whispered instructions and a moon veiled by clouds, Jason crept towards the sacred grove of Ares. The air grew thick with the scent of damp earth and ancient magic. Towering oaks gnarled like sleeping giants, formed a shadowy cathedral, and there, hanging from the branches of the tallest tree, it shimmered, the Golden Fleece. Its radiance pushed back the gloom, casting long, dancing shadows. But coiled around the base of the mighty oak, scales glinting dully in the fleece's light, slept the guardian, a colossal dragon, its breath a low rumble like distant thunder. Its sheer size froze Jason's blood. Medea stepped forward, her expression serene but focused. From a small pouch she drew potent herbs, murmuring incantations in a language older than the stones. She sprinkled a shimmering powder towards the beast. The dragon's massive head lifted slightly, its slit-pupilled eyes blinking slowly, heavily. Medea's voice wove a spell of irresistible sleep, a lullaby of oblivion. The great head sank, the rumbling breath deepened into a steady, slumbering drone. Heart-pounding, Jason climbed the ancient tree, the bark rough beneath his hands. He reached out, fingers brushing the impossibly soft, glowing wool. He unhooked it. The fleece, lighter than he imagined, yet heavy with destiny, flowed into his arms like liquid sunlight. The fleece secured, Jason, Medea, and the Argonauts fled like shadows towards the waiting Argo. But Aeetes' fury erupted like a volcano. Trumpets blared, torches flared along the battlements, and the dark shapes of Colchian warships surged into the moonlit harbour. The Argo sliced through the water, oars straining, but the king's fastest ships, sleek as hunting sharks, gained rapidly. Arrows hissed through the air. "They are closing!" cried a lookout. Medea, standing defiantly at the stern, her dark hair whipped by the wind, knew desperate measures were needed. Her face, lit by the fleece's glow, was a mask of grim resolve. She raised her hands, chanting words that crackled with dark energy. Then, with a cry that echoed across the waves, she performed an act of horrifying sacrifice. She slew her own younger brother Apsyrtus, who led the pursuit, and cast his dismembered body into the churning sea. As Aeetes' ship slowed, horrified, to gather the prince's remains, the Argo caught a miraculous wind sent by Hera. They surged forward, leaving the cries of grief and rage fading behind them, the fleece a beacon, guiding them home through treacherous, monster-haunted seas they now knew well. After a voyage marked by storms, strange islands, and the grief shadowing Medea's eyes, the Argo finally limped back into the harbour of Iolcus. Jason, holding the radiant fleece aloft, was hailed as a hero. The sight of the mythical prize silenced all doubt. Peleus, his face ashen with terror, saw his doom in the golden glow. Jason reclaimed his throne, the fleece hung in a temple of Zeus, a dazzling symbol of the impossible achieved. Yet, the victory felt bittersweet. The fleece, won through immense courage, teamwork, and Medea's crucial, tragic magic, came at a terrible, hidden cost. Jason's oath to Medea, made in desperation, would later unravel amidst betrayal, leading to further heartbreak. The quest itself was glorious, but the aftermath whispered a darker truth about the price of ambition and the burdens carried home. Moral lesson. The thrilling tale of Jason and the Golden Fleece teaches us that incredible goals require immense courage, unwavering teamwork, and clever thinking. Jason could not have succeeded without the diverse skills of the Argonauts or Medea's vital aid. It shows that even the most impossible dream can be achieved when we combine our strengths and face challenges head-on. However, the story also carries a deeper, more mature warning. True victory is not just about seizing the prize. Consider carefully the cost of your ambition and the means used to succeed. Oaths made in desperation carry weight, and choices driven by immediate need can sow seeds of future sorrow. The greatest quests demand not only bravery and skill, but also wisdom and integrity, ensuring the prize does not become a curse. True glory lies in achieving your goal without losing your honor.